Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nash. Today we are going to sit down and we are going to do a huge unboxing and try on and first impressions of a bunch of Shop Miss A products. So all of these products here retail for $1 minus like the brush sets and stuff. We'll get into the prices of those later on as we use them, but if you are curious to see what a full face is going to look like just using $1 makeup from Shop Miss A, then make sure you just keep on watching. So I'm just removing a little bit. I just put a little bit of concealer and like blush on my face this morning because I did run to the mall this morning. So we'll remove all of that just really quickly. I'm going to start with the brows today because I'm going to start with my eyes because we're going with like purple shadows. So if we get purple, I don't want it all over my foundation and powder and stuff. So I'm gonna start with the brows. I picked up most of this is the, Shop Miss A has their own brand. It's called AOA Studios. So most of the stuff is AOA Studios. Just what appealed to me the most. There's a few things that aren't, but both of these brow products to start with are. So to start with, we have the AOA Studio Wonder Brow Tinted Brow Pomade, and I got the shade Medium Brown. And then we also have the AOA Studios Go Brow Fiber Gel, and this comes in medium brown as well. So I'm not used to pomades. We're gonna try one today. We have this brush set here that I bought. This is as well AOA Studios, and if I'm correct, this was like a thing where you bought it and then partially the proceeds were donated to an animal charity of some sort. So anyways, I bought this. I think this was like $10.99. So it comes with a little case, and then it comes with 10 brushes as well in here. So each brush would be $1, and then this little case would be 99 cents. So very good price. Now in here is a little brow brush that looks like this. It's a spoolie on one end and then the little brush tip on the other end there. So this is what we're going to use to try and do brows today. Like I said, I am really not that familiar with pomades, but from what I could see, they really didn't have any powders, and I picked up a pomade, so. So to start with, I'm just going to run my brows up just so that they're kind of in the position that I want them. Now this brow brush on the tip here is looking a little bit like fluffy, which I'm not sure about. Like it might be a little bit too fluffy and thick for brows, but okay, so it did a bottom line okay actually. It is a little bit fluffy than what I would probably normally go for, but I don't hate it. And the spoolie, from what I can tell so far, is a pretty dense spoolie, so it's actually like pulling my brows up. Like some spoolies are a little bit not as dense. So I find then when I try and like pull them up, they don't really go through and actually brush through the brows hairs. This one seems okay. And I am going to clean my brows up with concealer too, so if they're looking a little bit messy, I will clean them up. That's not a big deal. So far, I'm not minding the pomade as well. It's very creamy, so it's easy to work with. Like, it's not dry. However, it might be maybe just like a tiny bit too creamy, or maybe a little too like oily would be the right word. Okay, so this is what the brows are looking like. I don't mind them. I will definitely probably continue to use the pomade, but I do need to carve them out, and I do like to carve them out just a little bit before I put the gel through them. I'm gonna grab this concealer that I bought. This is the AOA Wonder Cover HD Concealer. And this is in the shade Porcelain. I wasn't sure what shade to get. And usually when I buy online, if I'm not 100% sure of the shade, I'll usually just go with like one of the lightest ones that I can see. I'm just going to clean up this brow area just a little bit. Yeah, because even Porcelain is quite, like, I don't know if I'd classify the shade as Porcelain. It's a little bit deeper than what I would classify as Porcelain. So I'm glad I picked up a light shade. And I'm just going to prime my eyes with this concealer as well. So far, the concealer seems like it has good coverage on my lids anyways. The doe foot applicator is like pretty small, like it doesn't pick up that much product though. So that's something to be aware of. So I'm just gonna go in with the fiber gel. Well, this isn't fiber gel though, is it? It is. So it has fibers in it? Okay, the brows are okay. They're looking okay. Like I said, I'm not 100% used to using pomades. I'll have to play around with that a little bit more. So here we have this is not AOS AOA Studios. This is Amuse Cosmetics, and this is the purple palette. And they had, I believe, 4 different palettes, but the 2 like neutral ones were sold out, so it was between this and a blue one. And I figured I haven't really done many purple looks lately, so I got the purple one. We'll try it out. So I'll quickly do some swatches, why not? They don't have any shade names either, so there's that. The first 3 shades are definitely a little chalky. Here are the swatches. Can you see them? Like, why do I always do this so bad? Here. Oh, maybe that's better. Those are the swatches for the palette. They don't look awful. Like, they look like some of them have pigment, but they just seem really chalky is the main thing just from swatching them, but who knows, these could be beautiful. So I'm gonna start just with this only like brown crease shade. I'm just gonna go in with that into the crease. And I guess we'll grab this little brush set here and I'll just kind of switch between, there's like multiple different crease brushes, which is nice, like fluffy brushes, different sizes. And I needed more of those, so that's why I picked up this set. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna start off with that brown shade there. Grabbing the biggest fluffy brush, which would be, grab this one, it seems like the most fluffy. It does not have a mirror, but this palette was $1, so I mean, you can't really complain about not having a mirror when something's only $1. Ooh, this brush feels really nice. Really, really soft. There's not really a lot of pigment in this first brown shade, but it will be perfect. That could just be because it's so similar to my skin tone. But it will be perfect for just like a really, really quick transition shade. So everything kind of just blends in together. Okay, so I mean, that went on okay. Like I said, it's not that pigmented, at least on my skin tone. You can't really see it. Does the job, does what it's supposed to. I'm gonna go in to this lightest purple shade here. Okay, so again, not crazy pigmented right off the hop. But that's not always a terrible thing as long as you can build them up to get some pigment. Okay, so there's a little bit. You can see a little bit of purple on there. Tiny little bit. So far I'm really not having any kickback on this palette either. Which lately on palettes you have been getting a lot of kickback, so which I don't mind. I don't mind kickback as long as they blend okay and everything else works okay. But this one there's virtually none. I'm just gonna go back into my original brush that I first used for that transition and just blend everything out. Not picking up any extra product though. I think I'm gonna go into the same brush I just used, but I'm going to grab, we'll go in with this one here and see if we can build that purple up in the crease a little bit more. Again, this one isn't that pigmented either. I mean, it's doing something, but it's pretty subtle. I'm gonna go into another fluffy brush, and this is the one I had the most hope in because it looked the most pigmented when I swatched it, which it was just this purple shade there. And that one has a little bit more kickback than the rest of them. I don't know, this one just looked and felt more high quality than the rest of them. Some pigment, finally! What I'm scared of, this is the one that has the pigment, but maybe because it's so pigmented, I'm gonna have trouble blending, so I'm just picking up little bits. Not going in with too much product at once. And then just blending with the very first brush I used. So it's definitely it's gonna be a really subtle purple look. None of these shades are that pigmented, but purple shades too, like keep in mind, purple shades are always one of the trickier ones to get right. I find with most purple shades they're either really like not that pigmented, and if they are, then I have a lot of trouble blending them. So it's kind of, purple shades are one of those things you kind of have to work with a little bit more than other shadows, I find anyway, than other colors. I'm gonna go in, I think, just into the middle first shimmer. And I am going to spritz my brush. I'm not even gonna bother trying it without because I always spritz my brushes. And let's see, oh, it picked up a lot. If you guys can see that. That's not bad actually. I'm gonna try and go in with this middle shimmer shade and just kind of pack it in the middle. Huh, these shimmer shades aren't that bad. This one's a little bit textured, not on wearable texture, but just a little bit. So if you have troubles or maybe more mature eyelids, I would maybe stay away from that one, but it's not awful, just a little bit textured. So here I'm just going around the outsides with the matte shade. And then I'm gonna grab just this little tiny detailer brush and I'm gonna jump into this brown shade here. And this shade first, I'm just gonna blend it right on the outer corners. And then I'm gonna take this shade just to deepen it up a little bit. One thing this palette is missing is a highlight, like an inner corner highlight shade. So I might have to jump into something different for that later. But, I mean, that's a shadow on. So let's move on to some liquid liner. This is the AOA Studios Wonder Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black. And this is a brush tip, it looks like. So it should be okay to work with. It's drying matte. So far, I mean, this isn't the worst liner I've ever used. It's not that difficult to work with. Always one wing always turns out better than the other. Look how nice and sharp that one is compared to this little wiggly guy at the end. I'll come back to this. I want to do a little like inner corner V to see how that holds up. Like that's the true test for me, what kind of quality the liner is. If I can come in with it and it's not like blacking out all over my under eyes and stuff. So I picked up quite a bit of lashes. I picked up 2 of each style. I picked up 4 styles and then 2 in each. So I picked up Alexis, which is this kind of more everyday wearable. For me at least, this would be like an everyday lash. It's an Alexis. And you guys keep in mind these are all $1. So $1 lashes, I mean that's insane. We have, now the next 3 are kind of extreme. Violet here, which is very extreme, very long, and very like black smoky eye. This is Isabel, which I think I'm gonna do today. And they're like the 3D lashes. They have like the double lashes, if that's gonna come up on camera. I really like these. And then these are 3D as well in the shade Amelia. Now, Isabel and Amelia are very similar. Isabel's a little bit more laid back, so that's what I'm gonna go in with today. And I have already worn Alexis. I wore Alexis yesterday, which was like the everyday makeup lashes, and I really like them. They went on really easily. So now those are a smaller band than these, so we'll see about these. This is them just taken out, so let's see if it'll show up where it's actually like a 3D lash. Can you see that? I've never worn a lash like this before, so I'm very interested. And I always just like to place them on before I put them on to see if they're gonna need trimming. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna try not trimming them today, and we'll see how they look. Now, I did not realize that these lashes were 3D, like the 3D lashes, when I purchased them. Like I said, I've never tried 3D lashes. Would I have bought them if I knew they were 3D? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe would have bought like 1 pair just to try them to see, but I don't think I would have purchased 4 pairs of 3D lashes, but that's fine. We have them now. Maybe I'll really like them and I'll be happy I bought them. This I thought was so cool. I totally bought this because of the packaging. I did not even read the claims. This is a Amuse, ooh, waterproof. Amuse Cosmetics waterproof mascara, but just look at this packaging. Okay, so let's try this. I don't know, it just looks so cool. Just the packaging. And the wand just looks like a pretty basic wand. Formula's very watery. And I'm not a fan of the brush. Yeah. It's a $1 mascara and it shows. I don't like this mascara. Maybe if you like really natural, like where it hardly looks like you're wearing mascara lashes, you'll like these. Like it almost just looks like you have a tint on your lashes. It separates them, doesn't really give volume or length. It just, like I said, it just kind of coats them with black. So if you do like very basic mascara, you might like this. This might be okay for the bottom lashes as well, but I would never just wear that by itself. And I mean, mascara is not a huge thing to me because I usually go in with lashes anyways, so usually you can't really even tell like the mascara or anything that I'm wearing. They're not always that big of a deal, to me at least. So they keep popping, so I'll put one side down and then the other side will pop up, so you almost have to hold both sides down. Now, one thing I forgot to do before with these lashes, because they're new, is kind of like bend them a little bit, and that usually helps kind of makes them a little bit more loose. I also somehow managed to get lash glue like all up on my lid. Good thing it dries clear. That's why I use clear lash glue, not black stuff. way, the lashes look okay. I mean, maybe look a little cheap, but I mean, they were only $1. They don't look terrible for being $1, that's for sure. I don't mind the lashes. They're okay. So while we wait for those to dry, let's start on the face. So to start with, I picked up the AOA Studio Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer. And for this, for the primer, I'm gonna go into this package. This is the AOA Studio Ova, not oval, but Ova brushes 5-piece set. I think this was $5, I believe. So it just comes with 5 oval brushes. So you have a big one you could use for foundation, a medium one to use for either foundation or maybe concealer, and then a couple to like maybe highlight, contour. This, I don't know what you'd use that for. Lips maybe. So a cute little set. They feel really soft. So I'm gonna use this like medium one for the primer. Okay, so I put about this much product. This is the primer. And it's supposed to be a illuminating primer. Illuminating primer. It says apply a small amount under foundation or wear alone to enhance your natural skin tone while reducing fine lines and pores. It says it gives the face a luminous glow to eliminate dull skin for a brighter appearance. Okay, that did not go very far. I'm not sure if that's because of the brush or the primer itself. And this isn't supposed to be a liquid highlight, like it's supposed to be just a primer. But this would be honestly nice to wear alone, like if you're just running out the door to go grocery shopping or something. It gives your skin like a really nice, just natural dew to it. I actually really like that. For foundation, I don't know why. Oh, I remember why. Because, why is my skin burning? My cheek is burning over here. They had, the AOA Studio just had a BB cream, and then there was one by, I believe it was a Muse, but it was a matte foundation. I did not want to try my luck at matte foundations. I haven't been having the best luck with them lately. So I decided to just pick up a BB cream. So this is the AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream. Skin perfecting and color correcting. It says gives the face a luminous glow to illuminate dull skin for brighter appearances. Apply a small amount under foundation or wear alone. So when I read that, because it's supposed to be a BB cream, like, I don't know. We're gonna do this with my beauty blender, which, by the way, look at this. Like, this looks, it was $1. You guys, look how bouncy. Like this, I got 2. So I was like, if I like this, I want 2. Look at the size difference, you guys. This one is dry and this one is wet. And there's this, it grew so much. And it seems like I'm really gonna like it. So I'm gonna try this today with the BB cream. So I put a decent amount on there because it's a BB cream and I'm probably gonna want more coverage than I was gonna give. That shade seems pretty dark. Oh wow, that's a lot. I put way too much. What? This says it's a BB cream. It says, like, you can smell the sunscreen in it. It says you could wear this under foundation or by itself, but it sounds like it's supposed to be very light coverage, especially because it says you can wear this under foundation. I don't know if I would say this is full coverage, but it's pretty damn close. It's a little dark, and I wasn't even really like that cautious with it because I thought this was going to be really light coverage because it's a BB cream. So with BB creams, you can usually, like, the shade doesn't have to be perfect because they're usually pretty light coverage. It's pretty damn full coverage. Like, this has more coverage. This isn't full coverage. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, which I wear a lot in the summertime. I think this has more coverage than that. And that's a pretty good medium coverage foundation. Definitely not the perfect match, which is actually okay. I'm glad it's a little bit darker because then in the summer I can get away with wearing it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this concealer again. Now this concealer is very orange. Ugh, I don't like the Stow Foot applicator. And it stinks. The concealer does not smell good. And again, I'm just gonna go into my sponge to blend that. Oh right, I forgot this dries fast. Shoot. Work in sections if you guys pick this concealer up because wow, does it dry fast. Like, I would almost put it on, blend it out, put it on, blend it out. Because, like, I'm having a decent time blending this. I'm gonna go in with that same brush that I used for the primer and just kind of run it over like that. And that'll help blend it a little bit easier, I think, yeah. So far, I'm not sure about the feeling of these oval brushes. They seem a little stiff. At least the one I've tried. Next, the only powder that wasn't a pressed powder was this AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder. Now, they had the shade Fair and Medium and stuff, but they were sold out like for my colors. So this is the brightening color. So it's kind of like has like a pinky orange tint to it. And I'm just going to tap that in. I'm gonna press it around my whole face. I like the packaging of this. It has like this matte, it looks more expensive than $1. My face feels nice. Yeah, it feels set. Okay, so I'm going to, I guess we should finish off the eyes. I'm just gonna kind of use a mixture of the shades I used on my top. So like the original one and then a couple purples I'll just throw underneath there as well. One thing I forgot to get is a black liner to line like my inner corners. Or like my waterline, not my inner corners, my waterline. So I am gonna do that. I'm just gonna grab something I have on deck and quickly do that just because this look I feel needs a black. And then I'm just gonna grab the terrible mascara that I used and just kind of run over my top lashes with it just to blend that with the fake ones. And then my lower lashes. So next I pick up, this is absolutely terrible packaging. This is Malibu Glitz and it even comes with like one of these awful sponges. This is Malibu Glitz, completely plastic, awful packaging. And this is the bronzer I picked up. Now it does come with a mirror, so I'll give it that. But the packaging is just awful, you guys. So this is it came on these little cards. Smooth Definition Pressed Powder in the shade Medium. Healthy and natural skin tone, it says. So we'll go in with that for like a bronzer. It's pretty orange. I don't know about natural. I thought I grabbed a more cool tone one, but it's a matte bronzer, which is nice. I like that it doesn't have a bunch of shimmers in it. And with the purple eyes, maybe it's good that it's a little bit warmer than I anticipated. To kind of warm, because purple is such like a cool toned color. It'll just kind of warm the look back up a bit for us. I'm gonna bring it down here too because this will warm my chest up a bit to kind of match everything. Not the worst bronzer actually, especially if you like a very warm bronzer. Yeah, I don't mind it. Next, with the blush, I got the same brand, Malibu Glitz again. All this is $1. That's why I'm not saying prices, because it's all $1. Again, comes with a little sponge. And I thought this is pretty. Look at the, see if it'll pick up the rosing. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that pretty? So this is a blush I got. Again, comes with a mirror, which is nice. Appreciate mirrors and things, I really do. Yeah, I don't mind that blush. Very shitty packaging, but the blush is not bad. Next, we have this highlight. Okay, this is by AOA Studios. This is the Wonder Baked Highlight in the shade Cream Puff. First, I'm just gonna go with my normal highlighting brush I always use. I'm gonna try it dry first. Sometimes with the baked blush, baked highlight, yeah, I'm not getting much. You sometimes need to wet your brush and you'll get a better application. This is nice for like a more subtle highlight, but I'm gonna wet my brush, dip back in. Yeah, there we go. Now that is a highlight. Lastly, for lips, this is the AOA Studios Wonder Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Fleek, and I definitely thought this was a lot darker. When I picked it up, it is practically my skin tone with the same applicator as the concealer. Oh, this is not gonna look good. It's a very peachy nude. Smells good, like chemical fruit. This might be okay with a lip liner, but its own is just too light for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of ColourPop's Aquarius gloss, just because I can. And I forgot to get a lip gloss. I thought I got one, maybe not. And I forgot to pick up a setting spray as well, so sorry about that, totally forgot. Yeah, this is the finished look using all $1 makeup. I'm pretty impressed with how it turned out for being $1, like this whole face. My whole order cost me, I think it was $58, but that's with like the $10 brush set, the other like $6 brush set, 8 pairs of lashes. So I mean, you could get a full face of makeup for like 20 bucks. I ship to Canada, so shipping is more expensive than me. I believe if you spend $35 on their website in the States, it's free shipping within the States, so that's cool. I really like it, you guys. So I think my favorite things, the foundation, as of right now, I'll let you guys all know just down below, not in the description, in the comments. I will have a comment pinned telling you how everything lasted on my skin throughout the day, and that kind of stuff, just because I won't be able to do a check-in later tonight. But this, right now, for how my skin is looking right now, this BB cream, great, I really like it. This sponge, wow, like this is like beauty blender quality. I mean, I really like the sponge. Really like the hydrating primer. This would look especially nice if you were just like running out the door with no makeup, just to throw this on. It would look really nice. Lashes are probably, they're okay, I'll definitely wear them. They're not my absolute favorite, but they're good. They're good lashes for $1. I mean, I'll probably buy them again. Surprisingly, I like how the blush and bronzer ended up looking, especially the bronzer in the summertime for me I think will be a perfect shade, which is good. So I really like those. Really shitty packaging, but they're nice. They're nice powders on the inside. Shadows, they weren't the worst thing, weren't the best thing. Don't know if I would recommend them. I mean, for $1, actually, considering it's $1 and you get 9 shades, yeah, I changed my mind. I would recommend them definitely. And if you can get your hands on like one of the more neutral palettes, like with browns and stuff, I definitely think it would be a good purchase. I mean, a purple, you can only do so much with like all purple shadows, but if you got the neutral palette, then I think you could do a lot of different things with that. The baked highlight was really nice, as you can see. Like, it's very dewy, very glowy when you wet your brush. If you don't wet your brush, this will be perfect if you're looking for a subtle highlight. My friend's actually looking for a more subtle highlight, so maybe I'll have to tell her about that. Eyeliner, so far, it's hard to judge an eyeliner without wearing it, but it's okay. I feel like it's kind of drying down to be a little bit more of a gray, so I'll have to wash that throughout the day. Like, this might fade out really fast. Mascara was absolute shit. Do not fall for the packaging. Like, the packaging is adorable. You can put it on your vanity. It'd be a really cute accessory on your vanity, but don't put it on your eyes because it doesn't do anything. Powder was okay. It was a powder, a loose powder. Didn't do anything crazy to me. It set my stuff. Lip was too drying. Concealer, good coverage, dries really fast. Wasn't the best color, and the doe foot applicator was not great, but I might use it again for a deeper color in the summer than what I have on deck. Brows, pomade, I'll have to play with some more. I liked it so far. Fibers, again, we'll have to play with them some more as well. But I think my top favorite things would have to be these face products. So the sponge, and then the BB cream, and the primer. I think these would have to be my like favorites of everything. These three are definitely my favorites of everything. So if you're gonna pick up just a couple things, I would definitely, especially this sponge. And this is by AOA Studios as well. This is the Wonder Blender is what they call it. Just comes in a package like this. So yeah, I think that is everything, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I do post new videos every Tuesday and Thursday on the channel, so you don't want to miss out on that. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.